Baloo, the one-handed slam. Softball has returned to the north side of Ankeny tonight. Welcome, everybody, to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Andy Pollack on the webcast here tonight as we get ready to have the Newton Cardinals in town here to take on the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars in one game tonight. A lot of times we'll have a doubleheader for you as we bring you all the Centennial action throughout the year, but tonight we'll just have one game with the Coach Corey Leiker and the Newton Cardinals as they come to town. Excited about their 2-0 start. Newton did not win a game last year. They went 0-18 in the COVID-shortened season, and they won their first game on Monday night, the first game of the year against Grandview Christian. And Coach Leiker told me it was like winning a state championship. His girls were awfully excited about that. That was a one-run win. They followed that up on Tuesday night with a 6-1 win over Marshalltown. So Newton coming in excited about their 2-0 start, as they should be, as they have not had much success since their 2018 season when they finished third in the state of Iowa. Centennial, the home team tonight on the scoreboard. Coach Brett Delaney finished third place a year ago, and a lot of girls back from that squad. Of course, they lose their all-everything pitcher, Maddie Huseman, off that squad, but a lot of seniors, a very deep senior class, a lot of girls contributing from all over the place for Centennial, and as they continue to work to find a lineup that works best for them, but a team that we expect to see put up a lot of runs. It'll be the first time that we witness them tonight here again on the north side of Ankeny on just a beautiful evening. Just a slight breeze blowing out to left center, which will favor these Centennial hitters a bunch. A power hitting team, and about 80 degrees as the sun starts to set on just I can't describe it enough, just a beautiful night against the blue sky here at Ankeny Centennial High School. So Newton finishing up their infield right now, and then we'll have the national anthem, and we'll be ready to get things rolling, and it'll be fun. Centennial won 2 one-run games on Monday night, against the Ottumwa Bulldogs down there. I had to make the long trip on a Monday night, long trip down and back, a late night. They got back, took yesterday off from games anyway, not from practice, and they are here and ready to roll once again. So I believe we're going to have the starting lineups right now. Or are we going to come out for the national anthem first? Not sure how did not get an order of events here tonight. We'll take a peek quick. If it's starting lineups, we'll keep it right here. If it's the national anthem, we'll cut away for a second. We'll hold it right here. I assume they'll do the starting lineups first. As we'll take a peek, we've got the scorecards. I assume everything will be the same as what they gave to us earlier. As we wait, I believe still the umpires are not out yet. I'm not sure at what point they come out. Everything was different last year, and so getting back in the swing of things again this year on the order of how everything works and who can slap whose hand and who can be out on the field and who can be in the press box and who can turn around and talk to me and anything like that. So as we get back in the swing of things in this hopefully close to the end of COVID era that we live in right now, as Newton looks like they're getting ready for the starting lineups.
Good evening.
And we are. Here's the starting lineups.
To the Centennial softball field in Ankeny, Iowa, as we kick off the 2021 home season for your Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Tonight's matchup features the visitors from Newton with an overall record of 2-0 against the home team, Ankeny Centennial, with an overall record also of 2-0. We ask that all spectators exhibit good sportsmanship towards our umpires, coaches, and players. Now let's meet the starting lineups for each team. First, for our visitors, the Newton Cardinals. Leading off and playing center field, number 20, Chastity Henwood. Batting second, the second baseman, number 19, Caitlin Lambert. Batting third and playing left field, number 4, Grace Benson. Batting fourth, the designated player, number 28, Navarra Gray. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 24, Jalen Cooper. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 12, Cadence On. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 11, Kaya Butler. Batting eighth and catching, number 30, Peyton Durr. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 31, Vanessa Vassau. And pitching in the flex player for Newton, number 8, Callie Van Clay. The Cardinals are coached by Corey Leiker. And now for the home team, the Centennial Jaguars. Leading off and playing center field, number 15, Mackenzie James. In the 2-hole, the left fielder, number 28, Sydney Morris. Batting third and catching, number 7, Ella Schultz. In the cleanup position, the first baseman, number 19, Lizzie Klunder. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 14, Anna Christensen. Batting sixth, the designated player, number 29, Lauren Gustafson. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 12, Addie Starr. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 13, Morgan Severside. And batting ninth and playing third base, number 33, Kaylin Quam. And pitching in the flex player, number 6, Sam Klug. The Jaguars are coached by assistant coaches Jordan Gronewald, Mackenzie Larson, and Tricia Nodeman. The head coach is Brett Delaney. The umpires for tonight's game are Mr. Mark Amadeo behind the plate and Ms. Deidre Moore covering the bases. The anthem buddies for tonight's game is Diabolus 2011. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that
we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Attention to the flag as we honor America and those who protect our freedom.
Vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
And we're back here on just a beautiful, great evening. Can't say it enough as the umpiring crew waits to talk to Coach Corey Leiker and Coach Brett Delaney as we look at the starting lineups here once again for tonight. Batting for Newton, center fielder Chastity Henwood will lead things off. Caitlin Lambert after her left fielder Grace Benson. Designated player Navarra Gray. followed by first baseman Jaslyn Cooper, third baseman Cadence On, shortstop Kaya Butler, the catcher batting 8th Peyton Durr, and the right fielder 31 Vanessa Vassau will be batting 9th in place of the pitcher tonight, Callie Van Clay. Out in the field for Centennial, the battery tonight, Sam Klug, the senior, getting her shot. Didn't see her a whole lot a year ago. The hard-throwing right-hander will be in the circle along with Ella Schultz, senior catcher, who's been around forever, the hard-hitting catcher for Coach Delaney's squad around the infield. Caitlin Quam will be at third base. Addison Starr, the freshman, will be at short. Anna Christensen will be at second base, a spot that she has had for about as long as I can remember. And Lizzie Klunder will be at first base. Sydney Morris out there in left field, the power hitter. Mackenzie James in center. And Morgan Sieversyk will be out there in right field as our umpiring crew tonight. Marcana Amadeo will be behind the plate. And they lets everybody know who the DP will be in for as Klug starts to get her warm-ups in. She is flanked out there by Quam and Klunder, and they wait to throw it down. So that second, the way the field's oriented here at Centennial, as you can see on the screen right now, that sunshine is going to be right in the eyes of anything just to on the left field side of second base. I know they work on it up here a lot because it's a unique angle that a lot of fields don't have, that you're looking at the sun here as you see the throwdown, and we even get to have our umpires handling their own balls this year, which was not like last year, as everybody had to throw in their own, and it's just nice to see things back to a little bit of normal as Chastity Henwood leads things off.
Number 20, the center fielder, Chastity Henwood.
For the Newton Cardinals. Klug takes a sign. First pitch a little bit low for ball one. Klug has the potential to be a dominant pitcher for Centennial this year, and she's definitely going to get the run support behind her as catches the outside corner for that strike one called on Henwood. Henwood coming up as a lefty, looks like just a normal hitter, not slapping anything as Klug tries the outside and misses once again. 2-1 the count. That ball off the hands of Henwood and just out of play over there on the third base Newton side dugout. And we'll see Klug's 2-strike pitch here for the first time tonight. Coach Brett Delaney's Centennial squad, third place in the state a year ago. Had a great run to get, in fact, the last time we've been here was when they beat Urbandale to go to the state tournament. Got to see them then at state, beat Waukee in a thriller in the first round as Klug can't find the zone there. Issues the first walk of the night to Henwood.
Henwood leads off with a walk, brings up number 19, the second baseman, Caitlin Lambert.
But Centennial then lost to powerhouse Fort Dodge before finishing third place against Muscatine in the consolation game. This will be Caitlin Lambert up. Swing and a miss, strike one there for Lambert. Should be fouled again by Benson, Gray, Cooper, On, Butler, Durr, and Vassau. That in on the hands. Little movement on that one for Klug for strike two. 0-2 the count, way ahead here. See how they elect to pitch to Lambert with Chastity Henwood over there on first base. Goes low there for ball one. Pitch a little bit low as well. Two the count. That one rifled right back up the middle. And it's going to be picked up out there in center field by Mackenzie James. The first hit of the night comes from Caitlin Lambert. Lambert, just an 8th grader.
That's a base hit for Lambert, moves Henwood to second base and brings up number 4, the left fielder, Grace Benson.
And that'll bring up Grace Benson, a junior, one of a couple juniors here that start. Henwood, who led off, is the only senior starter for these Cardinals. So a couple base runners early on in this one for the Cardinals. And I'm not sure if we have signals crossed up or what. As Grace Benson needs to go down and talk to Coach Corey Leiker. Make sure they're on the right page as they want to take advantage of any of these base runners early on. That pitch fouled off over here right up against the first base fence. As Benson still just taking quite a while to get that signal over there. She's still not sure of it, I don't think. And she shows bunt, and they steal. And the ball gets thrown out to right field, and Morris going to throw for home, and they tag her. Nice play. Sydney Morris comes up gunning as on the steal. Chastity Henwood, they showed bunt, and that's the unique thing about softball is that bunt gets the entire infield moving, and that brought Quam in on the bunt. Addison Starr, who's running right along with the runner with Henwood, and the ball gets thrown into the outfield, and Sydney Morris comes up gunning to Ella Schultz at home, and Schultz with a hobby-like swipe tag gets her there, and then Klug battles back in the count to get up in it 1-2. Missed her spot there as Schultz was set up way outside. And that one fouled off the hands here. Benson. Benson plays left field for Newton. Should be looking at some sun tonight. That ball popped up, and it's going to go into the bullpen over there for Centennial. That ball is fair down the left or down third baseline and scooped up over there. Nice play by Klunder over there as Quam. I think everybody was expecting it to go foul, and they're going to come in as Coach Corey Leiker thinks. I believe he thinks that it hit Benson. That's what he's claiming right now, but Mark Amadeo says it did not. And a heck of a scoop over there by Lizzie Klunder over on the first baseline. And they did try to throw back and get Lambert out over there, which they could not. So score that one 5-3, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter. Navarra Gray. Gray, again, an 8th grader. She pitches pretty regularly for Newton. She will not be throwing, at least to start tonight. That ball's a little bit high. Gray batting .375 on this young season. That ball right in on the hands from Klug, and boy, that's got some snap to it. Two. Shake him if you got him. Here comes a pitch from Klug, and that is a called strike across the inside corner, and Klug gets out of a little bit of a jam with runners on and nobody out. Newton scores no runs off one hit. There was one Centennial error. We'll move to the bottom of the first right after this.
There was one hit, one error.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
As we look at the lineup for Centennial batting here, Mackenzie James will lead things off. Sydney Morris, Ella Schultz, Lizzie Klunder, Anna Christensen, Laura Gustafson, Addie Starr, Morgan Seversyke, and Caitlin Quam will be the batting order tonight for the Jaguars. As we look around the field for Newton, the battery tonight, Callie Van Clay, the pitcher. She has not given up an earned run here on this young season. The junior pitcher, Peyton Durr, the catcher, Cadence on third base, Kaya Butler at short,
Leading off for
Caitlin
Centennial,
Lambert at second, and then around the
15,
outfield, Grace
center
Benson
fielder,
left,
Mackenzie
Chastity Henwood in
James.
center, and Vanessa Vassow in right. So Mackenzie James here, the center fielder, gets set to lead things off for Centennial. She played regularly in center a year ago for that third place team. First pitch catches the outside corner, little curveball action from Van Clay. Ball breaking away from the batter. That ball is going to, no, not quite over there. And it gets knocked all the way over up against the dugout. Mackenzie James is going to head to second base off the error on Butler. I believe that's going to be ruled an error. Butler had it right in her glove. See how they rule that here officially. Because they did rule that one an error.
The left fielder, Sydney Morris.
But James gets an extra base out of it on the heads-up base running. On up there against the third base fence, couldn't quite pick it up. Didn't know if it had rolled into the dugout or not. Little bunt there from Sydney Morris, advances a runner. And early on,
Sydney Morris moving James to third and bringing up the catcher, number 7, Ella Schultz.
Centennial threatening here. Ella Schultz up, the power hitter. Had a grand slam the other night. No big deal. Watches that pitch high. .1-0 the count now from Van Clay. Schultz watches that pitch just a bit outside. And Mackenzie James got on with a little flare shot to the shortstop, ruled an error, bounced out of her glove, got to second on the same error. And they're really trying hard not to give Schultz anything good to hit right now. As the senior, senior Schultz had a great season a year ago. She watches that 3-0 pitch. I'm not sure if she's got the green light, but it definitely wouldn't surprise me if she does, especially there with a runner on third. A deep ball to the outfield is going to score one for you easily. And that sun is right in the eyes of the center fielder and the shortstop right now, too, and that'll put runners in the corners. The 5-pitch walk from Van Clay.
Schultz walks, bringing up the cleanup hitter, number 19, the first baseman.
And Lizzie Klunder now comes up to bat for Centennial, another hard-hitting first baseman. Klunder with a few home runs a year ago definitely has the power to do it. Pops that one up, and that is going to drift out of play off the top of the dugout. Over on the Centennial side. So we've got a runner inserted over there. You can see who that is. I believe it's Julia Belzer into run for Schultz. Yes, that is Belzer. Clunder watches that pitch for strike two, finds herself behind in the count. A year ago, Clunder hit .338. And pushes that one foul once again. That goes over the
Julia Belter
dugout, or excuse me, the
right
bullpen.
now at first base for Ella Schultz.
Clunder a year ago had 5 home runs. So she definitely has the power to poke one out. In fact, she led this team, tied with Franny Burnett a year ago. Goes after the off-speed pitch there, though. Strikes out, but it does on the pitch, on the off-speed, move Belzer to second base. And that'll bring up Anna Christensen, who's had a sparkling start to the year. Christensen
goes to second on catcher indifference.
Had some great hits
14, the second baseman,
in the
Anna
season opening
Christensen.
sweep of Ottumwa. Christensen been starting for a long time. She's moved around a little bit in the order, batting 5th tonight. She's got Mackenzie James over on 3rd and Julia Belzer there at 2nd. So a couple runners in scoring position. That pitch goes inside, evens up the count. She awaits the pitch from Callie Van Clay. Pitch bounces, good stop back there by Peyton Durr. Saved a run. Kenzie James, a little speedster over there on 3rd base, would have been coming in hot. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. As Van Clay checks for the sign. That ball snagged right away. That is the 3rd out as Van Clay went to throw it home. Didn't realize it, got a little smile on her face. And that'll end the inning. No hits for Centennial, 1 error for Newton, and no runs, couple left on base. Move to the top of the second. 0-0 our score.
Bottom half of the first.
I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Number 24, the first baseman.
Jaslyn Cooper set to lead things off for the Cardinals here as we start the 2nd inning. Cooper, one of the 4 juniors that start here for Coach Corey Leiker. Coach Leiker, in his first year coaching for Newton, has been a club coach over there in Jasper County for several years. And now we're going to have a little discussion here. New ball. Couple new balls. Going to get tossed in. Saw that earlier today. Little situation in the Cardinals-White Sox game where there was a little like pine tar on a hat. Won't have that issue out here. With Sam Klug right now pitching to Jaslyn Cooper. Pitch goes inside for strike 2, and Klug way ahead in the count. Pitch foul back towards us. You sit off just to the first base side of the press box up here on a beautiful night. Won't complain about being outside on a night like tonight. Wow, just beautiful out here. Ooh, Klug laughs that one off as she lost it straight down into the dirt. Evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes as her pitch count is getting up there. That ball, a little flare up to Anna Christensen, picks it up off the bounce, fires it over, and gets the out. Nice play there, and that's a veteran play, the internal clock of Anna Christensen, knowing that she's got to get rid of that little ball, that little flare to her in a hurry. Didn't have time to shoot all the way in to make the catch. As you see the shadows starting to cover up Klug. That ball in off the hands. She's got good control over there, getting things off the hands of the batters for Newton. So far, you see that at high levels of high school softball, that in on the hands, that's the sweet spot for a lot of pitchers to throw. Brings that one a little more outside, hits a target that Schultz has for strike two, and once again, Klug ahead in the count. This is Cadence on up to bat for Newton, and swing and a miss for her. Klug gets her second strikeout of the night. That one swinging, and that'll bring up shortstop Kaya Butler. Butler again, one of the juniors, a young team here for Newton.
Number 11, the shortstop, Kaya Butler.
Butler, the shortstop. Newton trying to, their team that Coach Leiker says we're going to see them grow throughout the year a bunch. It's a young team, like I said, and says their defense does play pretty well, and bats will catch up. They have hit decent so far, but expects the bats to catch up as they just see higher level pitching. A lot of times it may not show yet in the stats, but as they see more and more of the high level pitching like tonight, he expects that they will improve a bunch. Klug again gets that one in off the hands of Butler. Klunder over there to pick things up and get us back into play. 2-1 the count. Goes upstairs. Butler swinging a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the second. There she goes, outside corner, strike 3. Klug, 3rd strikeout of the night. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. And we'll head to the top of the second. Centennial, Newton, 0-0.
Loves you, Iowa. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does.
In 10 minutes or less, let Schottenkirk Chevy make you an offer on the spot for your vehicle regardless of make, model, condition, or value. With our early lease termination program, we can help you get out of your lease whether you bought from us or not. Click, call, or stop in to get an offer for your car in 10 minutes or less.
Who loves you, Iowa? Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does. WaukeeChevy.com.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
And we're back as that sun's at a tough level on everyone right now. The fielders, the cameras, producers, directors, everyone. To try to bring you the best quality picture we can here tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll have, I don't know the official number, I'm sure Pete Tarpey's got that number figured out in his head, but we've got a lot of softball and baseball coming your way this summer and make up for, I guess we did a little bit last year, but we have a lot of baseball and softball to come, of course, with our agreement with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union as well. We'll be part of that state championship crew,
Leading off
the state tournament crew, as IPTV will handle the state championships. Lauren Gustafson, the sophomore up here for Centennial. She's a designated player tonight. Also will pitch, but she's got a very good bat. She knocks that one back, and actually, I don't think that is Gus. It is, okay. Hair looks a little bit darker than normal. That ball in on the inside corner for strike 2 as Van Clay works way ahead in the count. Gustafson gets some wood on that one, knocks it across the infield to Cadence on, across to Jaslyn Cooper for the 5-3 put out to start the bottom of the second inning.
Third base for out number 1. Brings up number 12, the shortstop, Addie Starr.
Addie Starr will see if she can get some base runners going here for Centennial. The freshman has played third base, right field, shortstop. I think she probably would say catcher is her home position. Watches that first ball high. One-0 pitch. Van Clay to Starr. Swung on, and that's going to get out of play out there in right field. Again into that bullpen for Centennial. Van Clay almost has shadows all over her right now in the circle. Throws out into Starr. Starr off the glove out there of Lambert. I think they will probably rule that a hit for Addie Starr as Lambert was reaching across, trying to get to it. And they do.
The first hit for Centennial with 1 out. Brings up number 13, the right fielder Morgan Seversike.
Brings up Morgan Seversike. She worked to place the ball. The speedster, saw her run at state track literally just a few days ago. Sprinter. And Starr looks to go off the base aggressively and had no one holding her. She giggles about that one as Seversike lets that one go for strike 1. Might have had a hit and run on actually there. As a ball came out of the Centennial dugout. And Mark Amadeo keeping everybody safe there. Wait till it gets put back in to move on. Seversike puts that one down. She's going to be there safe. Seversike on the infield hit. Meant to be a sacrifice, but that ball just died in no man's land, and Seversike finds herself on with a bunt.
Seversike gets an infield hit. And on first and second, it brings up number 33, the third baseman, Kaylin Kwon.
So the bottom of the order, getting some base runners moving here for Centennial, and that'll bring up third baseman Kaylin Kwon. She's got a chance to put some Jaguars across the plate here in this at-bat. Pitch inside, strike 1. Addie Starr at second, Morgan Seversike at first. Kaylin Kwon trying to get them across the plate. Van Clay, excuse me. And that goes off of Peyton Durr. I think that will be ruled a pass ball, and that moves the runners. And certainly now a hit will score a couple. As Kwon waits for the pitches from Van Clay. That ball swung on. It's a shot to right field, way back deep as Vassau, and she makes the catch out there in right field. Over the shoulder catch, but scoring on the sacrifice and running all the way home. Rounding third is Seversike, and that aggressive base running to turn a double play, but one run does score for Centennial. 2 hits, no errors for Newton, and Centennial is drawing first blood here tonight, leading 1-0. What a great play out there by Vassau out in right field, and then the throw home as Seversike tried to score from second, but the relay came in time, and we move to the top of the third. Centennial leading 1-0.
Vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. the sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Leading off the
and we're back here
Cardinals, number 30, the catcher,
up top beside the press box here at Ankeny Centennial High School on a gorgeous evening on the north side of town. Sam Klug pitching now to Peyton Durr, the catcher for Newton. Durr applied the tag there on Morgan Sieversike to get the third out of the inning on a nice play from out in right field from Vassau on the relay from Lambert all the way in for the tag. And that ball misses just a bit inside. Ball foul. It was going to come right back to me if we didn't have a fence there. I could show off my cat-like reflexes. 2-1 the count. That ball's popped up. It's a high pop fly. And Quam comes in and catches it with the palm of her glove. Had a beat on it from the very start.
Durr pops up to Quam for out number 1. Now hitting for the Cardinals, number 31, the right fielder, Vanessa.
And the out is made, and the number 9 batter right now, Vanessa Vassau, who just a moment ago we saw make the great defensive play. Out in right. Ball's a little bit outside. As now the shadows have fully enveloped that pitcher circle. Pitch goes inside for ball, or excuse me, strike 1. Good crowd here tonight. Watching things here as everyone was kept away a year ago as Vassau catches that, or watches that for strike 2. Great to see so many people here. Last year for that sub-state game as that ball's fouled off. In the sub-state game, we had fans all the way around the whole outfield, a beautiful setting. Centennial qualified for state that night against Urbandale, and a lot of fans are excited about the team this year, and they're back. Centennial rated number 11 as that pitch just misses inside. Centennial ranked number 11 to start the year, and it's crazy the amount of weight that goes into losing a stud pitcher, which is accurate. That's just the way the game works. As Klug comes in hard and low on that, fills up the count. Makes it 3-2. There's a pitch outside corner, strike 3. Klug gets her 4th strikeout of the night, 2nd watching. Mark it down in the scorebook as a backwards K.
Back to the top of the order, number 20.
And we're back to the top. Chastity Henwood, who walked in her first at-bat. And actually, they tried to score her on an error on a throw out into left field while she stole. Pitch misses outside. Tried to wave her home, but a nice play by Sydney Morris. Got it into Ella Schultz, and they had her out on a great swipe tag at home by Schultz. Pitch in the dirt. We'll try to get you back to our outfield camera as soon as the sun gets low enough that we can, but the orientation of this field just makes it very tough to pull in a feed from that camera as that ball's fouled away from the lefty out towards the baseball field. Hopefully I don't speak too soon, but we have not had a baseball interrupt play yet in this almost 2.5 full innings of play so far this year. That may be a new record. That ball swung on over to Starr, picks it up, fires it across, and gets it to Klunder in time. No runs, no hits, no errors. Jags by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Starr at shortstop for the 3rd out in the...
I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
As we head back to the top of the order here for Centennial. Excuse me, helps if I have the microphone by my mouth. We head back to the top of the order here for Centennial with James Morris Schultz.
Leading off the bottom half of the third.
Set
for the
to lead
Jaguars,
things
number
off.
15, Mackenzie James.
Mackenzie James got on actually a two-base error in her first at-bat tonight. She's got some power to her. That ball's up just outside the zone for ball one. Might actually get a little bit cool tonight as the sun goes down. Of course, we just have one game to bring you tonight. We will be back here Friday night on the Central Iowa Sports Network to bring you the doubleheader with Urbandale that Centennial will host. I believe we go on the air at 5:30, I believe, is the first pitch for that one on Friday. It's 5 o'clock, I'm informed. All right. Be ready to go. Bring some extra money for supper at the concession stand that night as we can smell the burgers cooking with a little breeze that's blowing out to the left. Set up right behind us. They do a good job of marketing those burgers from the concession stand. Only thing that would be better is if we could get some Blimpie subs up here during a game. As James draws the walk.
It's a leadoff
And
walk
that'll
from
bring
Mackenzie
back
James.
up Sydney
Brings
Morris.
up number
Speaking of
28,
Blimpie subs,
Sydney Morris.
her dad Bill owns the franchise here in Ankeny. Morris will see time at catcher as well, likely not tonight, but we'll see her there throughout the year. And James is going, and they're going to say that she left early. So Mackenzie James took off early there. And as they work to really try and time that one up. And are they going to say no pitch? No pitch. So there's a dead ball called when James took off early. Call that out on the base paths. And Morris puts that one out of play.
James took off early at first base.
Towards the
out.
baseball side of things here at Ankeny Centennial. We're about to see a drastic change in the weather here throughout the evening tonight. We'll be out of here by that point, but you can already start to see some clouds building out just west of us. And some fun weather will be rolling in here over the evening. It's going to be a lot different atmosphere here for a game on Friday. Doubleheader and a high of 55 degrees. Whereas tonight we sit here and had 81 degrees at opening pitch. So welcome to spring softball in Iowa. As we'll have the lights on here, I'm sure, any second. 2-1 the count to Morris. Watches that one bounce in the dirt. Van Clay's done a nice job so far for Newton. Mixing things up. Goes inside, outside. 3-1 though. Hitters count to Morris. That pitch swung on, and that could be trouble. Nope, underneath it out there in center is Chastity Henwood. Makes the play. I thought it was not quite struck that hard. And Henwood obviously reads that ball a lot better than I do from behind home plate. Makes the play. Brings back up Ella Schultz. Pitched around her the first time she was up. Schultz watches that pitch low. Schultz watches that one outside corner for strike one. 2 outs here. Bottom of the third inning. Low scoring affair here so far tonight. The hardest hit ball was Kalen Quam. Had a big shot to right, but it was tracked down out there by Vassell. That pitch called strike by Mark Amadeo. Makes the count 1-2. Earlier we saw Van Clay go to a little changeup look when she was way ahead of Klunder. We'll see if she elects to go to that again. She does not. She goes fastball low in the dirt. 2-2 now the count to Schultz. She can get on. She's got Lizzie Klunder behind her in the lineup. There's a 3 and 4 batters for Coach Brett Delaney's squad. Delaney in his third year here at Centennial. That ball, nice shot out in the right center field. She's thinking extra bases. Schultz rounds first, heading to second, and she will be there with a stand-up double. Ella Schultz likely will bring in a runner for her as she's the...
With 2 out, brings up number 19, Lizzie Klunder.
She is the catcher, so they believe they brought in Belzer for her before, and they do once again. Belzer, speedster as well. And it just cooled off a bunch when that sun went under. Feels good out here for a big guy out. Don't have to worry about keeping the sun off my head anymore. As Klunder
Julia Belzer is
watches that first pitch.
Again for Ella Schultz at second base.
So a little bit low, ball 1. Van Clay goes high and tight, little chin music for Klunder. 2-0 the count. This is where you have an open base. You got to be a little careful pitching to Klunder right now if you get behind in the count. Ball swung on and fouled back. The vast concrete area behind us here, all concreted up between the baseball and softball facilities. Room for a lot of fans here at Centennial, and just an awesome crowd here tonight. 2-1 the count. That ball swung on, look out. Back behind us again. Got the safety net here, but it won't help the people behind us on a pitch like that. So now 2-2-2 to Klunder, who went down swinging in her first at-bat. Has that plate crowded right now. And goes inside. Loads up the count. Van Clay shakes it off, laughs it off a little bit. She was really working that inside corner hard. Newton has showed just a ton of improvement from their 0-18 season a year ago. Here's the pitch. High. Oh, and they a steal coming and out by a long ways over there. Stealing third is Belzer. So a couple outs on the base paths tonight for Centennial as they get aggressive.
Thrown out, trying to steal third base. Excuse me, that wasn't Schultz.
And that will move us now to the fourth inning. Still 1-0 Centennial.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
And Lambert.
Caitlin Lambert the second baseman for Newton, has her only hit of the night. She steps up right now with nobody on, nobody out. Push it to the right side again. They're going to try to get her out from right. They fire it in, and she is safe. So 2 hits now on the night for Caitlin Lambert, the 8th grader, excuse me. Now 2 for 2.
Lambert leads off with a base hit. Brings up number 4, Grace Benson.
Benson comes up to the plate. She grounded out to Kaylin Quam over there at third base in her first at-bat tonight. Shows bunt, pops it up. Got to be careful with those. Double play territory if you're thinking hit and run. As that sun is pretty much gone all the way down, maybe just a speck of it remaining out there in center field. As I'm starting to think maybe a light jacket would have been a good idea here tonight. Shows bunt again, pops that one up once again. Oh man, you got to be so careful on that. Makes the count 0-2, and that'll take out the possibility of the bunt. Lambert's over there on first. Swings on that one, over to third. They try to turn 2, and she's going to be out there at second base. They go after the lead runner. Nice play by Quam up there to Christensen.
Keelan Quam throws out Lambert at second base. Benson.
Fielder's choice. That'll put Benson.
Brings up number 28, the pitcher, Navarra Gray.
Gray, designated player, struck out looking her first time up tonight. One of 4 strikeouts for Klug on the evening. Pitch goes outside corner, strike 1. Benson here, the left fielder. Again, actually this is Grace Benson. She's the junior. Paige Benson, 8th grader on the roster as well. Several 8th graders on this varsity roster. In fact, 5 of them. 5 8th graders, 5 freshmen all on this varsity roster for Coach Corey Leiker and the Newton Cardinals. Klug gets her for the second time tonight. Excuse me, no, it's
Gray strikes
right, that was Gray, yes. Gray strikes out for the second time tonight. Was off by a batter there, did not mark off Grace Benson's fielder's choice. That'll bring up Jaslyn Cooper. Lines that one out into center field, and they try to go back, and they get her out as rounding the base was Grace Benson. She rounded second hard and heads up. Mackenzie James whips it into Christensen quickly. Slaps the tag on her and gets a third out of the inning. And seen a lot of outs on the base paths now for both teams tonight. And we move to the bottom of the 4th. Halfway.
Vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Anna Christensen, the senior second baseman, will lead things off for Centennial. She's lined out to the pitcher on a great play by Callie Van Clay. And actually, Navarra Gray, I believe, is in the pitch right now. I believe that's Gray. Yep, Gray's in to pitch. And Christensen lines that one out into left field. Grace Benson there to pick it up, but not before Christensen leads things off.
Christensen
with a single
sharply to left field.
And that'll bring up Lauren Gustafson.
29, Lauren Gustafson.
Gus grounded out to Cadence On over there at third base in her first at-bat tonight. These Centennial bats certainly are capable of putting up a lot of runs in an inning. That one fouled back over us. I was thinking Souvenir, but just a little bit out of my reach. First ball, strike then for the 8th grader, Navarra Gray. That pitch swung on. That's a line shot to right center field. Underneath it is Vanessa Vassow. She makes the play and shoots it in quickly, holding Christensen at first base.
To Vassow in right field for the first Centennial out.
And that'll bring up Addie Starr. Starr 1 for 1 on the night. She had a ground ball up the middle in the 2nd inning and scored the only run of the night so far for Centennial. She lines that into the gap in left center field. There's some room there. Bounces it 1 hop to the fence. Christensen's going to come around. She's going to hold up at 3rd. They've had enough of outs on the base paths tonight. And Addie Starr in at 2nd with a stand-up double.
Starr doubles.
Great start for Starr tonight. The freshman seeing extended varsity action for the first time. She's 2 for 2. She 1-hopped that one to the wall. That brings up Seversyke, and Seversyke certainly in a bunting position here. The speedster, that's what she does, and this is a great situation for Seversyke to be in. With Christensen on 3rd, Starr on 2nd. Morgan Seversyke up to bat. She shows bunt, lays off that one. Here comes Christensen. Nope. Christensen decides to go back. There's no one there at second base, so Starr. Actually, they did have Henwood trying to come down to maybe cover, but Christensen decided that she did not like where that ball was rolling to there around home plate and wisely went back to third. 0-1 the count to Seversyke. Ooh, she goes to slap that one as On came charging in after she showed bunt. Navarra Gray, just an 8th grader for Newton there in the circle tonight. They are excited about her and expecting some big things as Seversyke bounces that one off home plate and foul makes the count 1-2. Seversyke will be followed up by the number 9 batter, Kaylin Quam, who had a nice shot to right field earlier, but Vassow getting some action out there today, made the play over her shoulder down the right field line earlier to get the out. Seversyke pushes that one over towards third, and they elect to go try to get her out at first. They do, but the sacrifice knocks in Christensen for Centennial to take now the 2-0 lead. That does move.
Rounds out to third.
So that would be
moving Starr to third base with 2 out.
Moving Starr over there as well. And Centennial now with a 2-0 lead on the night. Low-scoring game. Quam looking to knock one in. The ball swung on over there to Butler. Butler shoots it across to Cooper, and the Jags strand one at third base, but they do score one more run here in the bottom of the fourth, and they now lead 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning.
Loves you, Iowa. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does.
In 10 minutes or less, let Schottenkirk Chevy make you an offer on the spot for your vehicle regardless of make, model, condition, or value. With our early lease termination program, we can help you get out of your lease whether you bought from us or not. Click, call, or stop in to get an offer for your car in 10 minutes or less.
Who loves you, Iowa? Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does. WaukeeChevy.com.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Newton comes up to bat with the 6, 7, and 8 batters here. That is on Butler and Durr. Cadence on. The third baseman's had a nice night over there at third as she swings and misses at that one. Has seen some action over there tonight. She is 0 for 1 with a strikeout on this beautiful evening at the end of May. Klug shoots that one in high and tight on the hands for strike 2, and this is where Klug can develop that finishing pitch. Something a little bit different than her fastball that could make her a championship caliber pitcher as she goes inside corner for strike 3. No problem finishing her off there, and Klug gets her 6th strikeout of the night.
On for the first out in the top half of the 5th. Bringing up number 11, Kaya Butler.
Butler, the shortstop, up. Also struck out her first time at bat tonight. Klug humming right now. That's 4 straight pitches that she has had in the strike zone. The pitch just a little bit low. Centennial put up a run at the bottom of the 2nd. Another run here last inning, bottom of the 4th. Newton has threatened a few times, but hasn't been able to push one across yet tonight as Klug works the outside corner there for strike 2, and she's ahead in the count once again. See what she goes to for a finisher. Goes fastball just a little bit outside. High fastball for strike 3.
Klug strikes out Butler for out number 2.
And that'll bring up Peyton Durr. Durr, the catcher. She flew out over there to Quam at third base earlier this evening. That ball's popped up, and we may get another one of those. Yep, exactly like the first one. Quam, and she cannot hang on to it. They round second. And Quam had it called and maybe got a little nonchalant, and it was in her glove, a high fly ball. And that'll be the 2nd error of the night on Centennial.
Durr gets to second base on a 2-base error. Bringing up number 31, Vanessa Vassau.
And that'll bring up Vassau, the right fielder, who has had a nice night out in the field. Madison Henwood, not to be confused with Chastity Henwood. Madison Henwood in at 2nd to run now for the catcher Durr.
Number 26, Madison Henwood.
And Vassau, the number 9 batter,
a courtesy runner.
Struck out looking her first time up tonight. Pitch right down the pipe for strike 1. And that pitch is strike as well. So 0-2, and Klug has done a nice job finishing off batters here early. That ball gets fouled off into right field. A little souvenir for the 2011 Diablos over there as they all go scurrying to try to get the foul ball. They're their anthem buddies here tonight. That ball ground up the middle. Christensen, routine play for her as she punches out Vassau, and no runs, no hits, one more Centennial error, and we move to the bottom of the 5th. Centennial going to try to put up some insurance runs.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand in hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Back to the top of the order we go for Centennial with Mackenzie James leading things off in the bottom of the fifth. We didn't get our singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game tonight in the bottom of the fifth.
Jaguars, number 15, Mackenzie James.
Thought for sure someone would want to lead that one. Centennial up 2-0 here, and the wind has shifted a little bit. It's a little more in our face now. Earlier tonight it was blowing out to left pretty good. No one able to take advantage of that as once the varsity game started, it died down quite a bit as James watches that first pitch for a strike. And now, I mean, it's almost blowing in a little bit. So, again, looking for that front to come in as we've started to see a lot of clouds starting to build up behind us. Not forecast to come in till 2 or 3 this morning, but it's going to be a huge shift in weather over the next couple days. Like I said earlier, we've got the doubleheader here against Urbandale on Friday night that we'll have here on CISN. And if it's if 55 degrees, watching softball is not your thing, you can tune in and listen to us on Friday night and watch it. And as James goes after that little changeup from Navarra Gray. Again, the 8th grader with huge aspirations. 1-2 the count to James. Goes fastball in the dirt. 2-2 now the count. See what Gray goes to right now. What's her favorite strike on a 2-2 pitch? Goes high. Fastball. Loads up the count. Centennial trying to get that leadoff runner on. Have not been able to do that a whole lot tonight. Certainly makes the rest of the inning, opens up that playbook quite a bit. Here's a pitch that swung on, and James is going to get that one caught. A nice play, a little collision, not too hard. But Kaya Butler goes back over her shoulder to make the play to rob James of that opening hit here in the bottom of the fifth.
By the shortstop, Kaya Butler, for the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Brings up number 28, Sydney Morris.
Butler actually had an error to get James on in the first inning, and she was not going to let her get on easily the next time. Morris up now. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Flew out later on to center. And she watches that first pitch outside corner, strike one. There, Morris gets a hold of that one, and coming in and can't quite make the play. Dropped in front of Grace Benson. And I believe they will rule that one a hit. They do for Morris. As Benson, it's a little flare. She came in hard to try to make the play and couldn't quite get it. So Morris gets her first hit of the night. Brings up the hard-hitting Ella Schultz. We've got a courtesy runner over there at first base. I believe it's Hannah McSparron. Yes, it is. McSparron in the run.
Number 11, Hannah McSparron, is pitch running at first base.
Schultz up to bat. Has a lot of power in that bat. Swings that one. That's a high fly ball to left, and coming in to track it down is Benson, and Benson can't get it. She gets a glove on it, and that will be an error likely. Second one of the night for Newton. Benson came in hard. I thought she had it, and then it looked like it maybe held up in the wind just a little bit
McSparron gets the second.
right before it got to her. And then McSparron was about halfway, safe in at second. And Klunder now up with 2 runners on.
Now hitting is number 19, Lizzie Klunder.
And we do have another courtesy runner over there. It's Belzer in to run. Actually, no, we have a different courtesy runner. Say it's 22, but I'm not sure. Is it Claire Suarez in to run? Over at first, Klunder watches that first pitch right down the pipe for strike one.
Claire Suarez is the courtesy runner at first base.
So a couple courtesy runners on base right now. McSparron at second, Suarez at first. And Klunder with a strikeout and a walk so far here tonight. That ball bounces on home plate and quickly over there, McSparron to third base. The ball didn't have to get too far away from Peyton Durr, and it advanced the runners. Centennial with 6 hits so far here tonight. They'd love to get a 7th right here from Klunder. 1-2 the count to her. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Gray go with an off-speed look here. As long as she keeps it outside, she might be safe. She goes fastball, and that is right off the base. Fair ball and a hit. And coming home to score, and Suarez is going to be safe as well. And Klunder down the left field line, smoked that one.
Klunder with a base hit to left field.
2 RBI, single for Klunder, advanced to second on the throw. And the Jags are in business right now, leading 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And going to have a little conference up there in the circle. Coach Leiker wants to get his girls together, get them all on the same page right now. As that was just a hard hit ball, but an error got one of the runners on. Going to discuss some strategy right now. He actually brought in the entire team. Don't see that a whole lot, that you would bring in everyone.
Klunder takes second on the throw to the plate.
As they discuss things out there, get everybody back locked and loaded. Coach Leiker mentioned to me earlier today when we talked that he's got 2 daughters that played on the 2018 team that got 3rd place at state. Asked if he had somebody else in the program. No, he's just been around the club for a long time in Newton and wanted to coach. So interesting that you don't see a coach that's got a daughter on the team that steps in. He waits till his girls are out of school. He's very much on purpose and put his hat in the ring and really trying hard to turn this Newton program around as Christensen fouls that one into the bullpen behind the Centennial dugout. See athletic director for Centennial, Scott Jarvis, down there eyeballing the place tonight. Jarvis, of course, from Newton, and he is down to just a couple days left here working at Centennial. Certainly it has been a pleasure the last couple of years to work with him through CISN here at Ankeny Centennial High School. So best of luck to Mr. Jarvis and his new business venture. Christensen watches that pitch in the dirt. Christensen will have Gustafson behind her, so we go from actually I believe, make sure I get these spellings right. I'm kind of a family history guy. Christensen, though, the Danish spelling of Christensen. And then we have Gustafson, who has the Norwegian spelling of that. So similar area. Probably way more information than they needed shared tonight. But hey, it's softball. You get able to dig deep sometimes into that bag of knowledge. Christensen watches that pitch high, loads up the count. With Klunder at second base. Looking to open this thing up a little bit more. Watches that one in the dirt as well. So for the second time tonight, Christensen is on base. And that brings up Lauren Gustafson.
Number 29, Lauren Gustafson.
Centennial's got 7 hits so far here tonight with a runner in scoring position. They'd like to open this one up just a little bit more. That one's in the dirt from Navarra Gray. Yeah, Guston lines that one right up the middle. And that's going to bring in Klunder to score, and they go to make the play at third. And they're able to punch out over there Christensen as she rounds second. Nice throw out there from Vanessa Vassow for the third time tonight. Centennial's out on the bases.
Lizzie Klunder scores, and Christensen out at third.
And looks like we might get a courtesy or pinch runner situation out there. No subs made. Just getting everybody re-entered. So run did score.
Number 12, Addie Starr.
That'll bring up Addie Starr. The shortstop is 2 for 2 on the evening. Single and a double. She's got Gustafson on second base. Gustafson wanted to head towards third, but decided she would head back to second. Starr rifles it right back again. She makes herself 3 for 3 on the evening, and that draws the throw home, and Gustafson's going to stay there, but Starr moves herself to second base, and Addie Starr, the freshman, now 3 for 3 on the evening.
Centennial has runners at second and third, bringing up number 13, Morgan Seversite.
So everyone moves up. So Gustafson on third, Starr on second, and Morgan Seaver saying now with 2 outs. Probably won't be bunting, although certainly a threat. Watches that first pitch in the dirt. That pitch is outside. Here comes Gustafson all the way home, and she gets there before the catcher Peyton Durr can even get there, and charge that one as a wild pitch.
Wild pitch
from Gray.
Gustafson and moves Starr to third base.
Now Starr at third, trying to add some insurance runs. 6-0 now, Centennial. Seversike fights that one off at her face. Two-1 the count. Seversike 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 4 runs have crossed so far for Centennial. Seversike fights that one off once again, and that rifles off the net and over to the baseball field. Interesting tonight here. It's always, we have no balls caught up here in the net so far. What a great start to the year. And no baseballs have interrupted play over here as well, which is unique to the setup here at Centennial. Seversike with 2 strikes swings that one over there to On, and she is safe. Infield hit for Seversike. She comes flying across, and she was there a full step ahead of the throw.
By Seversike, that scores Starr.
Starr comes around, and now it's 7-0.
Brings up number 33, Kaylin Kwan.
Seversike legs that one out. She's now 2 for 3 on the evening. So the bottom part of the order tonight for Centennial, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 batters are on fire. Gustafson 1 for 3, Starr 3 for 3, Seversike 2 for 3, and Quam just foul down the right field line. It might have been a triple look for her the way that was tailing. Oh, 1 the count. A big inning here in the bottom of the 5th for Centennial as they put up 5 runs. And now it's verified by the American flag out in left center. The wind is blowing in. Quam pops that one up, and underneath it is Henwood out in center. Makes the play barely. That's why you do it 2 hands. She corrals it in with her right hand as well. And Centennial strands 1, but they do some damage, plating 5 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Now it's 7-0 as we move to the 6th.
Vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to the top of the order as Newton tries to get back into this one. Centennial said put 5 up in the bottom of the 5th. Henwood, the check swing, and as we picked up, and that's an infield hit for Henwood. She legs that out. She checked her swing and turned into a swinging bunt, and that's just as effective as a hit to the outfield.
Hit for Henwood, bringing up number 19, Caitlin Lambert.
I'm not even sure you can say that Klug missed on that. It was sometimes better to be lucky. And Henwood certainly was there. Brings up Lambert, the 8th grader for Newton. 2 for 2 tonight. Great start to the season for her. The pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Lambert swings and misses at that one. And a few times she hasn't made contact tonight. The sun is going down. First time we've been under the lights this year. That ball, that's the 3rd hit of the night for the, actually, look out, they go and make the play at first base. Morgan Seversyke, I spoke too soon. Seversyke comes up gunning in hard from right field. Whips the ball over to Clunder and gets that rare, but not completely rare, 9-3 put out.
Henwood goes to second, bringing up number 4, Grace Benson.
First time to shoot. Nice stop by Klug. What a stop by Sam Klug. Makes the play. Runners advance, but not sure that's a huge start right now. That out is worth a lot more than the run.
Stab by Klug on the pitching mound, throwing out Benson. Moves Henwood to 3rd. Brings up
and now Navarra Gray, the pitcher.
Navarra Gray.
Another 8th grader that is playing for Newton. Coach Leiker very excited about the future. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That ball made her think about it. Klug took a little something off that, which we don't see very often. Very much a overpowering pitcher, and took a little something off that and got Gray off balance. Comes back with a fastball, pops it up back over into the Newton fan section, into the protective net. 0-2 the count. 2 strikes. Klug looking for her 8th strikeout of the evening. Leaves that one upstairs. Outside, ball 2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8th batter that Klug has put down herself tonight, and we move to the bottom of the 6th. 7-0 Centennial.
In the top half of the 6th, no runs, 1 hit.
I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
And Callie Van Clay is back into pitch now for Newton. They had their eighth grader Gray in to pitch for a couple innings there. Sam Klug has been outstanding in the circle tonight for Centennial. 8 strikeouts, scattered a couple hits. A few threatened early on, but they got plays behind her. And that's why that 0 remains on the board for Newton.
Leading off for Centennial, looks like a pinch hitter, Jenna Wendt, number 10, pinch hitting for Mackenzie James.
Jenna Wendt's going to try her hand here at the top of the order. The senior pitcher, not seen her in the game here tonight. She did get some action, got the save on their opening win earlier this week on Monday night at Ottumwa. Wendt looking to play college softball next year as well. And she lines that one right back to Van Clay. Second time tonight Van Clay has made that play.
Wendt lines back to Callie Van Clay for first out. Brings up number 28, Sydney Morris.
And Morris steps back up. She's 1 for 3 on the evening at a single in the last inning in the bottom of the fifth, where every Jaguar came to the plate when they put up 5 runs. Watches that pitch up in the zone for strike 1. Van Clay's got 1 strikeout on the evening, and between her and Navarra Gray, they've given up 10 hits to Centennial, and Centennial's a team that we would expect would have a lot of hits this year. Expect them to put up a lot of runs. That pitch, and Morris going to try to outrun that one as Butler reaches over, throws it across to Cooper, makes the play.
Morris is thrown out by Butler.
And that'll bring up Ella Schultz.
For out number 2, bringing up number 7, Ella Schultz.
And they're going to discuss things a little bit, Durr and Van Clay. Schultz watches that pitch for strike 1. Ball 1, called illegal pitch.
At first pitch,
umpires come in and
pitch,
discuss
ball 1
with Van Clay. Not sure what she did there. It's interesting to see in the bottom of the 6th a pitcher that's been in quite a bit get called for something illegal, but sometimes you need just a little extra oomph. Come off that rubber a little bit early. Not sure exactly what happened. We'll get a explanation from that, I'm sure, after the game from plate umpire Mark Amadeo. Might need to get him mic'd up one of these nights here on CISN. Be interesting to hear some of those conversations. As that pitch is inside for ball 2. Schultz would love to get a hold of one here. Low. And this is where you have to be very careful pitching to Ella Schultz on a 3-1 count. See what Van Clay elects to go with to her. Goes fastball. Schultz right over there at on, and was ready to get punched out, but almost could call it a double error there as on couldn't handle the hot shot, and then over at first Cooper couldn't hang on to it, so I'm not sure who the ultimate error. I suppose they have to charge the ultimate error over there to Cooper since she was ready to get punched out.
Lizzie Klunder.
And Klunder now comes up to bat. She is 1 for 2 on the night. She did have a walk early on as well. And we've got a courtesy runner coming into the game.
Suarez is the courtesy
Claire
runner
Suarez.
at first base for Ella Schultz.
Clunder up. Or as they refer to her on the team as Clunder Struck. Which you're lucky if that doesn't get me singing here shortly. Suarez thinking 2 with 2, and they run over the first baseman. They call obstruction there, but then she goes back. So, see how they rule it here. There,
Suarez goes to
she
third
did go
base,
back.
Base hit by Lizzie Clunder.
So, big collision as Clunder ran over Cooper, standing right there in the base path. As she rounded it, nothing egregious there, but was just happened to standing right there, and Clunder was looking at the ball. So another hit for Clunder makes her 2 for 3 on the evening. And Suarez on the hit on contact was thinking 2 with 2, 2 bases with 2 outs.
Now hitting
Rounded that base hard.
Number 14, Anna Christensen.
Anna Christensen up to bat now. She also is 1 for 2 on the evening with a walk. Checks her swing there for ball 1. Gonna have to bring the cold weather gear for Friday night's game as that sun goes down. That is gonna get chilly here. As Clunder advances to second on the defensive indifference.
Clunder moves to second base on catcher indifference.
Christensen trying to put a couple more across here. 3 would end it right now with a 10-run rule in the 6th. Watches that pitch for strike 1. 2-1 count now. As we hear the buses get fired up out in the parking lot. The diesel engines get going. That ball bounces in the dirt to Christensen. Get to that dangerous part of the order, or what's been the dangerous part of the order tonight here for Centennial. When you get to the Gustafson Star Seversyke portion of the order, the trio is on fire tonight. Christensen lets that pitch go low, and that'll bring up the one they call Gus. Lauren Gustafson now with bases loaded.
Christensen walks.
Any extra bases, and she's going to end this game.
29, Lauren Gustafson.
Suarez on third. Clunder on second. And Christensen on first. As she awaits the pitch from Callie Von Clay. There's a pitch. It's lined out in the right center. That may do it, actually. Yeah, that will do it. Run number 8. There's number 9 with Clunder, and they actually hold the runners up right now. Nice job of getting it in. Gustafson punches a double out to right center field.
It's a double for Christensen, scoring 2 more runners. Making the score 9-0, and bringing up number 12, Addie Starr.
Addie Starr up to bat, who's 3 for 3 on the evening, 9-0. Starr puts that one foul in for the caught over there. Nice play. Lost it in the press box. Cadence on makes the play, falling into foul territory though on the third baseline, and the Jags are 3 outs away from moving to 3-0 on this very young season. We'll take a break and be back with those last 3 outs right after this.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand in hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
will go play right field.
Will be in right field.
I move Sieversite to center, and I believe everyone else remains the same.
Number 27, Allie Edwards.
No, Allie Edwards, excuse me, is out in left.
Excuse
me, in
third base.
Third base. There's Edwards. Edwards is one of the more powerful bats on the team. See her more on doubleheader nights.
For the Cardinals, number 24, Jalen Cooper.
Jasmine Cooper up to bat. For Newton, Klug has been outstanding tonight. Sprinkled 4 hits around. This Newton lineup, Cooper's got one of them. Actually, Caitlin Lambert, the 8th grader, has 2 of them and nearly had a third, but got thrown out from right field. The other hit for Newton coming from Chastity Henwood, the leadoff batter. Klug just a bit outside, wanted that 9th strikeout of the night. Low and inside there for ball 2. Klug's been able to finish off batters tonight. Seen her sprinkle in a couple off-speed pitches. Not a huge change in her speed on that changeup. Enough, though, to keep the hitters off balance. Full count. And she gets her. Klug has only walked one batter. She walked Chastity Henwood, the leadoff batter tonight, and that's it. Has bounced back and had great control since then. Just gets her 9th strikeout of the evening. That'll bring up Ahn, who's victim for 2 of those strikeouts. Cadence on the third baseman. We've seen her make some really nice plays over there for Newton tonight in the hot corner. Pitch misses. That is right down the pipe for strike 2. Bounces that one in. And it's now 2-2. Ball just barely fouled back by Ahn. And the throwback goes out into right field. Jenna Wendt getting in on some action out there. There's a pitch, swing and a miss, and that gets Sam Klug into double-digit strikeouts on the evening. She's got 10.
Strikes out. Bringing up number 11, Kaya Butler.
And now Kaya Butler. Butler, the shortstop for the Cardinals. Pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Centennial will play again. They've got tomorrow night off. Call it a travel night in the major leagues. I guess they wouldn't. They have begin their 2-game homestand here on Friday, a doubleheader with Urbandale. As Klug looks to end things right now. The 0-2 count. Fouled off back to the fence. Catching just a piece of it is Kaya Butler. Klug has been absolutely outstanding tonight. Sprinkled 4 hits across, 10 strikeouts, and make it 11 as Sam Klug finishes it out with that high strike on the 0-2 count. And makes the final score tonight, Centennial 9, Newton 0. We'll tally up some stats and be back with a post-game show right after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Centennial pounded out 12 hits tonight and had a huge 5th inning where they put up 5 runs and opened this thing up quite a bit on their way to a 9-0 victory over the Newton Cardinals. Sam Klug in the circle tonight for Centennial was nearly perfect. Sprinkled 4 hits, only walked the first batter of the game. Chastity Henwood drew the walk, eventually got around and was out trying to get home on an overthrow. Got thrown out there, and that was really the only time tonight that Newton threatened. That was the furthest any base runner got for the Cardinals. Chastity Henwood was 1 for 3 tonight for Newton. Caitlin Lambert, the 8th grader, 2 for 3, was nearly 3 for 3, but got thrown out at first from the outfield. And Jaslyn Cooper connected on that 4th hit of the night for the Newton Cardinals, who dropped their record to 2-1 on this young season. They, of course, trying to battle back from being 0-18 a year ago, so a team with a lot of potential, a lot of young talent on the team. We saw several 8th graders actually getting action tonight, among them Lambert, who I mentioned, as well as pitcher Navarra Gray, who came in and pitched well for the Cardinals this evening. Sam Klug on the defensive end, the pitcher for Centennial night, like I mentioned, was just outstanding. She had 11 strikeouts tonight, so Klug, as they keep track of the KKKKKs for her, the Klug signs, so they had those up to date tonight, and 11 of them for her. Centennial, as I mentioned before, pounded out 12 hits tonight. Those came from Sydney Morris, who was 1 for 4. Ella Schultz, 1 for 3. Ella Schultz actually was on base all 4 times she was up tonight, walked once and also got on twice via error. Lizzie Klunder was 2 for 3. Anna Christensen, 1 for 2 with 2 walks as well. The big part of the order is 6, 7, and 8 batters tonight for Centennial combined to go 7 for 11. Just outstanding to get that from the lower part of the order. Lauren Gustafson 2 for 4, Addie Starr 3 for 4, and Morgan Sieversyk 2 for 3. So outstanding job. That part of the order really helped open things up for Centennial. Centennial will be back in action here on their home field on what will be a much colder night on Friday night, with a forecast high for the day right now of 55 degrees. So we'll be dressed much warmer for that one. It was just a beautiful night here tonight on the north side of Ankeny, about 80 degrees at first pitch, and about this time of night it's down in the 60s. And just a light breeze, and can't ask for anything much better than that for a home opener here for Coach Brett Delaney's squad. Quick before we go, I'd like to mention once again Scott Jarvis, the Centennial Athletic Director. Friday night will be his last game on duty here at Centennial. He has been outstanding to us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network, so we want to wish him best on his future business endeavors as he is leaving Centennial after a couple of years here to move on in his career. So it was great to have him around and great to work with him here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. So we'll pack stuff up tonight and be here once again for 5 o'clock first pitch. On Friday night, it'll be Centennial taking on Urbandale. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching, and however you chose to watch tonight on the big screen or on your phone or however it was, and we'll continue to try to bring you the best possible broadcast that we can. Jags move on to 3-0 on this young season. See you here once again on Friday night.